This is for Stage 3 Informative Explanatory Writing, and at this stage we're going to write a topic sentence. We had a topic sentence, a simple one, at Stage 1, and that was primarily for our kindergartners and beginning of the year first graders. This now is an advanced topic sentence where children are going to actually learn a secret formula for eventually to meet up when they write a paragraph at the next stage. We always start with a chant. So the chant here, so that we can start introducing the idea of a topic sentence. Remember at Stage 1, we only called it a big idea. Now students are ready to understand the term topic sentence. And what you say to the children is, boys and girls, we're going to learn how to write a topic sentence. Listen to the chant. Ready, everybody? Go like this. Go topic sentence. You do that. Ready? Topic sentence. Now, when we write a topic sentence, we're going to do it the way that high school kids would do it and college kids. We're going to use a secret formula. So let's go and say topic sentence, secret formula time. Let's do it again. Ready? Go. Topic sentence, secret formula. And now let's find out what that secret formula is. It's SS light bulb. What's our secret formula? SS light bulb. And you'll find out what that means a little later. So now let's say our chant. So far, what we've learned. Ready? Topic sentence, SS light bulb. That's the big idea of the paragraph. What all the information is about. Ooh, it's the big idea of the paragraph. Turn to your buddy and say, we're going to learn how to write paragraphs. Ready? We're going to learn how to write paragraphs. That's right. Once we know how to write topic sentences, then we're going to move on and learn how to write a whole paragraph. So, first thing we have to learn how to do is write a topic sentence. Let's find out what a topic sentence is again. Let's say our whole chant. Ready, everyone? Go. Topic sentence, SS light bulb. That's the big idea of a paragraph. That's what all the information is about. Now I usually have the kids turn to each other and tell each other the chant, and I also give them a little bit of scaffolding by using my voice to say the chant as well and my physical cues. So turn to your buddy and tell them the chant. Ready? Go. Topic sentence, SS light bulb. That's the big idea of the paragraph, what all the information is about. You've introduced what the chant is for to your kids and why they need to learn it. You have your teacher at-a-glance steps that you'll use during the lesson in order to teach the kids how to write a topic sentence. And then when we go to the next 2 pages, all the descriptors of what students are going to be using when it comes to content and organization, sentences, and mechanics as they hit this Stage 3 level. You also have there a chart with all of the steps. This is the chart that you post in the classroom for your children to see the steps, and it also has little visual cues for them to look at as well when they're learning how to write a topic sentence. Now, right behind me, I have an example of that chart. The topic sentence, Stage 3, what's the big idea? And this is our chart that we would show to the children. On the right page, this is an example of what a student would be writing. So they would be writing SS light bulb. They would be filling in with simple icons or keywords. I caution you, don't use too many words when children are brainstorming on their organizers. Only keywords. Try to stick with drawings as much as possible, simple sketches. What we found is those non-linguistic representations, simple icons representing meaning, are going to help every child put information on an organizer. When we write too many words, what happens is it slows the lesson down and children tend to copy. We want the children to stay with us in a lesson. We want to make it fast and quick and use our planner just for that, to plan and have our ideas down so that we can get to our writing as soon as possible. Here's an example of a paper that students would use at this Stage 3 level. You would have a blank area with lines. Many schools, though, have just newsprint type of paper where it's blank on the top with lines. You could use that as well, where you don't even have to use the Xerox machine to print these up. It really doesn't matter. What you need is just a blank area with some lines below. Now let's get started, and we're going to walk through the steps so that we can write a topic sentence, an official topic sentence, so that children can then move on to learn how to write a paragraph. Your at-a-glance teacher steps for writing a topic sentence. We're going to use those steps as we walk through how to teach students how to write an official topic sentence. So we'll start with the chant, then we'll go through the steps. As we do this, I'm going to show you some visual cues that I also give children as I'm teaching them the secret formula SS light bulb. So these cues, these little pictures that I show you, these boxes, they're actually in the tool section at the end of this chapter. So you have these black line masters and you can make these little visual cards as well as you're teaching this part of the lesson. So let's get started. Boys and girls, we're going to learn how to write a topic sentence. What do we say? Ooh, if I learn a topic sentence, I can start writing a paragraph. So now let's do our chant. Ready, everyone? Topic sentence. SS light bulb. That's the big idea of a paragraph. That's what all the information is about. We're going to take our paper and we're going to learn how to plan for a topic sentence. We've been studying all about habitats. We want to write a big idea sentence about habitats. So let's follow our steps so that we can do that. Up on our chart, we have step 1, get organized. So I have all the kids say, step 1, get organized. All right, let's get organized. Well, we have a secret formula we talked about. What's our secret formula that we said? SS light bulb. Have your paper. Now we're going to write our SS light bulb up on the top of our box. We have our S over on the side, another S in the middle, and then a light bulb here. So there's our SS light bulb. When we draw the light bulb, are we making this an art project? No, never. That's just supposed to be a fast sketch. We want to make that clear to the children so they're doing this quickly. So now we have our secret formula down. Now everyone look at me and say, what does that mean? So the children say, what does that mean to me? And I tell them, thank you for asking. The first S is for setting. Setting tells me, look at your wrist like you're looking at a watch. When and where. What does setting tell us? When and where, or time and place. So let's do the first S. First S is setting. Setting tells us when or where or time and place. The second S is subject. Now we're going to put our hands together like we're looking at a textbook, an information book, and we're going to go subject, and then we're going to open up our book and we're going to say, who or what is this information about? Then we're going to go to the light bulb. The light bulb is, what's the big idea? And who cares? Why is it so important? Now the who cares we don't always have to have, but many times it's nice to have so it gives more meaning and relevance to the information. So let's go back and let's say what SS light bulb means. The first S is setting. Setting tells us when and where or time and place. Second S is subject. Subject. Who or what is the information about? What's the light bulb? What's the big idea about the information? And who cares? Why is it so important? We're going to fill in on our organizer all that information. Let's find out which part we fill in first. So we're going to go to step 2. Step 2, subject. Who or what is the information about? We're going to go to subject. Who or what have we been learning about? Habitats. I could draw a picture like a house to represent a habitat, or I could just write habitats. I think we'll write it. But remember, when you're writing it, you always want to chunk the letters together. So I'll say, boys and girls, let's write this word habitat the way a high schooler would write it. Would they write letter by letter or would they chunk the letters? Everyone say, chunk the letters. Okay, so let's chunk the letters. H-A. Now all the kids go H-A as we write it. B-I. B-I. T-A-T. Ready? T-A-T. Let's write it down. T-A-T. Look how quickly people are writing that. Let's go back and let's read habitat. Ready? Let's make like a house for habitat. Ready, everybody? So far, we're going to read our topic sentence that we've created so far. Habitats. Ooh, you know what? I said habitats. What do I need at the end of my word? An S. Put an S. Ready, everyone? Habitats. So now we've written habitats. Now I want to show you the visual cue. Boys and girls, what did we say? We said the subject. What about the subject? The subject is habitats. There's our subject now. So now I have my visual cue for them to see what the second S is for, the subject, and now they see it here. So now I have habitats. Let's now go to step 3. Big idea. What's all the information we learned about habitats? Now I have all the kids talk to each other. We've been discussing all this information in our science. We've been learning about all the different animals and how they're going to live in habitats and how they need it for food and shelter. So the children are talking to each other, and now we're going to pick sticks. All right, now we have our big idea. What's the big idea that we learned about habitats? I pick a stick, a child is talking, and when they're talking, we don't have to have them say the sentence. We're only listening for the ideas. It's difficult to form a sentence and ideas at the same time. So the big idea we learned about habitats is that animals live there. Okay, so animals live there. So we'll just put a pretend animal because we know there's all different types of animals in our animal kingdom. So habitats are places where animals, okay, what about animals? What do they get from their habitat? Turn to your buddy and tell them. And then maybe we'll have somebody say food. So we'll put like a little tongue, getting food, and shelter. So maybe we'll make like a little house for shelter. So habitats are places where animals get their food and shelter. We have our big idea. So notice what we did. We put the ideas down, then we went back and we would read it. So let's read it now. Ready? Habitats are places where animals get their food and shelter. Let's say it again. Habitats are places where animals get their food and shelter. All right, we have our S light bulb, our subject and big idea. Let's go to step 4. Step 4, setting. When and where does this information take place? What's the time? What's the place? Notice next to that step it says optional because you don't always need a setting. If I was talking about molecules, I may not have a setting. If I was talking about Abraham Lincoln, I probably would need a time and a place. When you're writing a topic sentence for information, the setting is optional. It's only if it's needed, if you need this to understand the information. So I'm going to go back and say, when do animals have food and shelter in their habitats? Do they have it only every once in a while or every day? Ooh, every day. So let's put a circle with an arrow, meaning every day or all year round. Ooh, let's put all year round because we know it's happening all the time. They have their habitats. So let's do that again. Ready? All year long, habitats give animals food and shelter. Ooh, that sounds good. Now, do we need a where are these habitats? Yes, they're all over the world. I just used the word all and all. Doesn't sound very good. We're going to practice it that way, and then we're going to do the redundant place. Here we go. All year long, all around the world. Uh-oh. Woo, woo, woo. Redundant place, redundant place. I keep saying all. Let's have another way to start our when or where. So I could say every day, all around the world, habitats provide animals with food and shelter. I just want to caution you, when we did the big idea, we could have said, who cares, why is this important? Like, why is it so important that animals get food and shelter? So they can survive. In this case, I'm not giving the why is that so important. We're just going to keep it at this level because I also, in the example in this booklet, have a more high-level topic sentence also. This is pretty high level as it is, and this is fine for you. You could put a to survive if you want. And you could even just verbally add that for your higher kids, just so that you know that you can differentiate like that. We have our subject, habitats. We also had our big idea. What was the big idea? Habitats provide animals with food and shelter. And then we went and said every day or all year long, in different parts of the world. We have our setting as well. So now we have our setting, we have our subject, and then we also have our big idea. Now I want to show you these cards because what I do is I put a magnet on the back and I can also put these up on the board as we're filling them out on our paper. So children have a big picture of this as well as with the visuals of what each part of the secret formula represents. I'm writing this up on my paper as they're writing it on theirs. So now we have every day, all around the world, habitats give animals their food and shelter. I want to stop for a minute because a habitat, is it like a person giving something or is it just providing? What would be a better, more precise word that we would want to use? Give, like does it actually walk over and give it to it? Or is it just something that provides that? What would be more precise? Ooh, provide. Let's write provide there then. Habitats provide animals with their food and shelter. That sounds great. Okay, now let's go to step 5. And once we know our sentences sound good and our children can say the whole sentence, we are going to add fancy words. Let's go and see, are there any nouns? Are there any important parts of the sentence that need to be described? Let's see, every day, all around the world, habitats provide animals with food and shelter. Let's look at habitats would be a great word to add a fancy word to, or animals. How about we go every day, all around the world, habitats. Let's put an X on our animal. Now let's add a fancy word for animals. What kind of animals do habitats provide food and shelter for? So are they all the same animals or all the different kinds of animals? Let's put different here. Yes, that would make much more sense because we know every day, all around the world, habitats provide different animals with food and shelter so they can survive, or just food and shelter. Remember, you can differentiate if you want. We have our fancy words. We have all of our information. Let's do our last thing, add punctuation. So the kids can get out a red crayon, pencil. You have your red marker, and now we're going to go back and we're going to start at the beginning of the sentence. Every day. What do we need to do with the word every day? We need to capitalize the beginning. Now, let's write it down really quickly. E-V, E-R, Y, D-A-Y. Every day, all around the world. Okay, after that, we need a comma. Habitats provide different animals with their food and shelter. I'm finished with my sentence and I have my period. What we do is we have the children orally rehearse this over and over again. And when they can say it, what do we tell them to do? Write it down, write it down, write it down. What if I have some children who have difficulty writing down the words still? Then I may take my pencil and do a dictation or write many of the words and have them finish up the last part. What if I have second language learners who have a difficult time including the setting before they even get to the subject? Then omit that part and have the students just say, habitats give animals their food and shelter. You can differentiate this from a very simple to a very complex sentence with the same group through that oral language rehearsal once you're finished. Once they can say it again, they're going to write it down. You go back and see if you can follow these steps to write a topic sentence. Think about a science or social studies unit of study or section of a unit of study that you've studied. Now go back and see if you can follow these steps to take that information and form a topic sentence. Good luck, and I hope that you enjoy it.